I'm live. This is a surprise pop-up live Q&A. I've been cleaning up the bus, getting ready to get the lithium batteries installed, get the solar all hooked up. So just been very busy over in the courtside area. So just give you an update of what's been happening, what's been going on. So I've been in the Ehrenberg area, Ehrenberg. It's on the Colorado-Arizona border. Been out there for a BLM land cleanup. So essentially, got two 40-foot dumpsters. Started out with one dumpster, filled that up in essentially one day, and then raised some more money. Seth, the leader, the organizer, and freecampsites.net, they ended up getting more money for a second dumpster. So been out there helping with the cleanup, did that for a couple days, and then went to go over and hung out with Wes, with the Schoolie, Jax, and basically been hanging out there. Now I'm back towards quartzite, and once I get done here hooking up the solar, hopefully it gets done today. Then I'm heading into Phoenix tomorrow to hang out with Tony. He's a mechanic there in town, going to get suspension work done. Also, the Cummins 8.3 has a couple oil leaks, so going to get that fixed. Basically, just going to tell Tony, hey, if there's anything that's going to be happening with this rig in the next year that you see, the next year or two, just go ahead and fix it and pay at the end. I mean, just want to get this bus 100%. So you can see behind me, I mean, it's getting there. I'm super excited for solar, getting those lithium batteries hooked up. So for those watching now, this is just a Q&A, just a quick little update what I've been up to. So if you have any questions, I can see the comments over to the side. So if you do have any questions, go ahead and right over there. There's Ronan. What's up, bud? Thanks for all the help with the bus up there in Colorado. Happy New Year to everybody. I hope you have some goals that you are going to achieve instead of saying you will achieve them. Hopefully it follows through. But yeah, that's what I've been up to really, is getting as much content ready for the channel. I've been concentrating a lot on the Facebook page. I have one more month left. The reason why I've been so much concentrating on Facebook is they were having a launchpad program where essentially Facebook's trying to bring creators over from YouTube to Facebook. It's a monetized program. That's going to be ending in about a month for me. It's a 6-month program. So once that's done, I'll be concentrating more on YouTube. I'm debating on doing something here, maybe weekly live videos. We'll get your feedback on that. So if anybody has any questions about the road, just let me know. So Dutch asks, what do you use to stay connected online? I just brought it up here. I rent this. This is a Verizon MiFi spot. I think you can see how many gigs of data I've went through in about 16 days. So I use this. It's $190 per month, but it's unlimited 4G from Verizon, which is awesome. And then I also have my phone. So I have a hotspot on my phone. It's unlimited as well, but it's T-Mobile, so it's not that. But this, if I'm in a city, it's 4G LTE. I can download, upload. It's unlimited. I downloaded from YouTube and then uploaded on Facebook. Probably about 60 of my older videos, the travel videos, put those on Facebook, and the jetpack never slowed down. It was awesome. So looking at the questions over here. Schoolie Creations, what are you planning to use for your ceiling? So I'm not too sure what I'm going to be doing for the ceiling. Still trying to get that figured out. But what I've decided is anything aesthetic with the bus, whether it be exterior paint, whether it be getting the roof done, the ceiling rather, anything aesthetic, I'm not going to deal with until I get the build paid off. So once I get my bank account back into the the black, then I'm going to start worrying about that stuff. But until I get everything paid off, until I start saving some money and stay in one spot and get work done, then I'll worry about the aesthetics. But right now, perfectly fine. The lights are working. I mean, it doesn't look fantastic, but the plan is to possibly do stainless steel or some sort of metal in the front here, and then back in the bedroom do some type of wood, and then put vintage maps on that, like glue vintage maps on that for the bedroom. But we'll see what's gonna happen with that. Happy New Year, everybody. Chef Santa Keto, about to start a smaller bus. Good luck. It's all a bunch of work. Yeah, I got a good solar installer. It's the same installer that did the Class A. Roger Nettles asks, what is the biggest hurdle to build? He's in Tempe, trying to figure out how to get my build done before summer begins. Yeah, that's a short time frame that you're allowing yourself. These builds take a long time. Biggest hurdle with the build. To be honest, the build from when I picked it up to where it is now, it's just been a continuous work in progress. So there's never been one major thing that popped out. It's always just been a grind, always just working at it every day. You know, trying to find deals online, reaching out to companies to work with me on different products. It's been a progression. It's like instead of you know, the hill gets more of a climb, it's just been a solid 45-degree angle. It is work, it is hard, but there's never been any huge bumps in the road, and I've had great help with it with Wes and Jim and Ronan, who could still be on here. Just people coming over to help has given me motivation. It's helped me through the difficult times. Hemi asks, is this a brand new motorhome? No, it's a bus conversion. It's a school bus. So looking at the questions over here, could you explain the diesel heater that you plan on using? Yes, I'm doing a Dickinson Marine diesel heater. So it's typically used in boats. It's gravity fed from a diesel tank that I'll fill outside or up front here. And it has a coil in it. What that means is basically has a metal tube that runs through it. So I'll be able to pump antifreeze through that. And I have radiant floor heating built into the floor. So as that diesel heater heats up back there, which gives off 5,500 BTU in low, and that only uses a gallon 0.3 per 24 hours. As that heat pumped through there, it'll also be pumped through the floor, which will retain a lot more of that heat. And a lot of the heat will rise from the floor and also keep my floor warm, because a lot of these school bus conversions, they have issues with a cold floor because all that cold air settles at the bottom, even if you do heat overnight. So that's why I went with that Dickinson Marine heater. You can check it out. I got the Alaska model. So if you Google Alaska Dickinson heater, it'll pop up. Derek asked about the Cubic Mini. I didn't want to keep feeding fire with that diesel heater. I can just keep it on low, and then overnight it will stay on, and then I'll be able to have nice even temperature, and I have that coil to run through the floor. Marvin, talk to him all the time over on Facebook. Did you get your key from Indiana? No, I have not. I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off filming for tiny home tours. So that is up to date for questions. Those just joining, if you have any questions about the build, what I've been up to, I'm going to be on here for about another 5 minutes or so. But yeah, I've been filming a lot for tiny home tours. I filmed the schoolie. I filmed a guy named Neil, who ended up contracting a rare disease, and he unfortunately lost both of his legs and part of his right hand from just this random disease. And he's traveling around the U.S. in a teardrop. Amazing guy. Filmed his rig. And I also filmed a couple that converted a transit bus. And their story is awesome too. They just decided to quit work, and they've the first bus that they went to go see, they said they weren't going to buy it the first one they saw, and they ended up coming home with it, and they've been converting that. It's a beautiful, beautiful home. And going to film Wes's bus, going to film a lot of rigs here in Quartzsite, Edinburgh, just Rubber Tramp, Rendezvous, Schoolie Blues, all that. David, why have you left the white paint on the windshield? That's 4 more days, David. We're going to have it for 8 more days for you, bud. So here's the thing. This paint right there, that's the bus number 0201. So it might be annoying for people to see, but for me, every time I see that, that reminds me of when I first bought the bus. So when I did something very dumb, purchased a bus in Florida while I was in Alaska, sight unseen, flew out to Florida and hope it made it home. I didn't realize how ridiculous that was when I first did it, but it was very, very ridiculous. It was a very dumb thing to do. And I just got very lucky that it worked out. And it's just like every time I see that, it's like a reminder of the blessing of getting this bus back to Colorado to do the roof raids and then get it to Arizona and then back, and just have this thing as such a solid drivetrain. I'm just so incredibly lucky, and that reminds me of it. And you never forget where you came from. At least I never do. So it's just kind of a reminder. It's part of the bus. I feel like the bus would look weird without it. And when it comes down to it, the only person that matters in terms of that cares what this bus looks like is me. So, next question. Have you seen any effect on your subscription base based on what happened to make the channel name change? No, to be honest, I've been hanging out with some YouTubers, and I have realized that I am way less worried about numbers than anybody else I've met when it comes to YouTube. Like, I think I just have the amount of time and years where at this point I really don't care. Like it just kind of is what it is. If people like it, they like it. If they don't like it, they don't have to watch. I mean, I've just become so disconnected with the numbers on YouTube. I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you how many subscribers are on Off-Grid Schoolie right now. Dutch, no plans coming to the East Coast. It's too tight there. There's not too many boondocking spots. I like the desert. I like being out in the middle of nowhere. East, it's harder to do that. I like the West. You know, you get me up in Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Montana during the summers, and Arizona, New Mexico, Texas during the winter. We're so blessed to be living in this country. So blessed. There's so much here. No Pro Go Pronto. Happy New Year. I hope your Christmas went well. No Pro Go has been watching the channel since the very early van days. So she's seen a lot happen over the years. So I got about 2 more minutes left to go through these last questions. Keith asked, what's the deal with the Vermont registration? I'll have a full video on that. But essentially, that's just a workaround people can use to get their bus registered as an RV. I'll be starting the real estate job up again this soon. Off-Grid Schoolies at 30,000. I guess that's what you're saying. You're at 30K going up. Cool. Living nomadic dreams. Yeah, it was nice to meet you at the cleanup as well. I'll be back there in a couple days. Karen, it sucks without Kobuk. That's for sure. That was one of the things that really, really has been difficult on the road. Hanging out without Kobuk. So I'll be getting back at the end of the month, I believe. So just waiting on getting the Kobuks back. Honestly, you know, I don't know how many people actually watch this video, but I'm debating right now on doing my last trip overseas, maybe do it 2 or 3 weeks and renting a van somewhere and just bouncing around for a bit. And then when I get back, actually adopting another dog just like Kobuk. So we'll see how that goes. Derek, what's your inspiration? What's the inspiration been wanting to do a schoolie? Can you send me Wes's info? Yes, Wes and I will actually be working together most likely on roof raises, traveling the U.S. doing roof raises on schoolies. Inspiration was I can have 200 gallons of fresh water. I can build with 3/4 plywood, all the uppers, butcher block, residential fridge. I could put all the weight I want into this thing and not have to worry about it. So with this, the finished weight without water, so the build weight without water was 29,300 pounds. The capacity of this rig's 36,000 pounds. So if I wanted to, if I weld on the underbase storage, put on a veggie converting kit down there for veggie oil, I can add anything I want to as well. So no issues at all. And we'll do 2 more questions. Sorry, bear with me as I read through these. Conspiracy, paranoia. I want to do an Alaska hunt. That's why I built the chest freezer right there. Right there. There's a chest freezer behind there. I want to hunt and fish, get all my own meat. Hey, Rose. Hope you had a good New Year and Christmas. Marvin, I do plan on going to Slab City eventually. Wes loves it there. I'll probably go there with him one time. Yes, David, I do need to get my heater going. I am always freezing. I have an extension cord. I took my first hot shower in about 2 weeks, and it's been getting down to 30 every night and about 50 during the day. So it was absolutely glorious taking a warm shower. Living this life will make you appreciate the smallest things. Guaranteed. Once you live this life for a little bit, you'll be amazed at flushing toilets and fresh water and hot water on demand. Like, it's awesome. Okay, last question. Yeah, one last question. Whoever gets it next in that little dialogue box there. Rick has no question. Where are you going when you go overseas? So I'm thinking Ireland. I'm going over to Ireland in March, quite possibly. And that will be, there's some things I have to get figured out first, trying to maneuver my social analytics to try and get a deal on a camper van, possibly something with, I don't know. I'm just going to see if I'm able to get a discount on something. If I am, then I'll go to Ireland. But we're at 18 minutes. I am going to get off here. RV bandwagon. Why school bus over tour bus? Oh, okay. That'll be the last question. You got my attention. School bus. This has a Cummins 8.3 and an Allison 3060 transmission. So anywhere I need to find a Cummins 8.3, whether that be the US or Canada, very easy to find, very easy to replace. Parts are everywhere. Same with the Allison 3060. When you start getting into the tour buses, those engines are a lot harder to find. They're a lot more difficult to work on, from what I understand, and the parts are a lot more expensive. Like, the parts on this are very expensive, but I can go to a truck scrapyard and find a P-pump for a Cummins 8.3. I can find the turbo. You know, the parts are just more readily available. So I hope everybody's doing well. Catch you later.